Many people do ask me when they are thinking of applying to their QTLS status, when they're thinking of embarking on their program, is what makes a good QTLS application? Well, obviously this application is very much down to you as a teacher, and I always advise perhaps sitting down with your supporter and just having a chat about what areas that you would like to improve on as a teacher. Okay, my advice is to keep things simple. Okay, so this is going to be a 6-month commitment. Okay, and therefore you are going to be busy with your own teaching as well, and QTLS will be more often than not completed within your own time. But just behind me we have some just some general bullet points here to point you in the right direction. Okay, so have a think about your actual assessment, the self-assessment. Okay, you'll do this at the very start of your application, so do take stock of your strengths and your areas for development. Perhaps have a look at your previous observations by perhaps an observer. Okay, what was the feedback, okay, from your formal lesson observations? And now is the time to perhaps improve on them. So your areas for development should be something which is very much tangible, simple, and something that you can perhaps put down in writing and really tackle head on. Okay, so the actual application itself, the QTLS journey, is very important that everything does relate back to the self-assessment and the professional development plan. So as we said, we want to keep the initial idea of improvement as simple as possible, because everything that you do, all of your CPD, must be relevant to that initial aim that you want to improve on within teaching. Be selective with respect to your focus of CPD. Try not to cram in too much CPD. Try not to have perhaps too many targets. Perhaps have 1, 2 maximum, and you are going to tell yourself, I'm going to focus on this area for development over the next 6 months. For example, behaviour management, or stretch and challenge with your learners, promoting digital skills, ICT within your lesson. All of those are key areas within teaching, and if you focus on one of them, then of course there'll be many different training courses, CPD activities tailored to those areas for development. So try not to make your subject, your idea, your area for development too confusing. Keep it simple as possible. So aim for a clear and precise narrative in regards to the evidence at each stage, and also aim for a strong critical reflection of the impact of the journey on your practice. Okay, so think about the impact that your CPD has on the organisation, on your learners. It could be how your CPD has impacted on your team of colleagues as well. So it might not just be you, that this has a positive impact or change on your project over the 6 months. Okay, and also some other key areas. Think about educational theory as well, and research. Okay, so can you tie your target into perhaps educational reading, research? So once again, behaviour management, there are many theories associated with that. So having a broad area, okay, of sort of a target could be very important there. The other key points on what makes a good QTLS application, once again, is to have a strong supporter. So once again, you don't have to see them daily, but remember, you do have to see them at the beginning, the middle, and also at the end, and you do require those 2 observations. So having an approachable supporter is key. Absolutely, the supporter should be a qualified teacher. And finally, QTLS do require a strong supporting statement confirming progression and development as well. So there has to be that strong statement at the end. Okay, so once again, my advice when coming up with your idea to tackle QTLS is go for a strong target, one which you can of course research, and one that you can discuss and share with your supporter.